Welcome to the math project video 4, where we're actually going to be finishing up the quiz. What we're going to be doing here is actually creating the quiz questions. So here's what I have so far. Right now, when I click the flag, it actually takes me to the sprite as I had before. This is caused by this code that I've added here, as well as the code that I added in the previous video. When I click on quiz, I have my screen change, and my score show up. And now it's just waiting for Avery to come and to actually start asking the questions. So let's go ahead and do the following. When when it receives quiz, let's make sure that Avery actually shows up. Let's start her, and I'm just going to put it over here so I can see her. So she's here now. Let's actually start her over here, and maybe I'll make her move and just introduce herself. So I'll start her over there. So I want to go to motion, and I want to start her over at negative 174.48. Again, remember, where she's at right now is indicated up in the top right corner. So I have her right over here, and maybe I will just have her say something like, "Hello, welcome to the quiz." And then maybe I'll have her glide over. So I'll go to motion, and I'll have her glide over to here. And that's at negative 68, negative 51, negative 68, negative 51. Now, here's where I want Avery to actually give instructions to the user. So maybe I'll say like enter T or F for true or false. Please enter T or F for true or false questions. Okay, and I'll say that change that to 3 seconds. Maybe I'll also say, please submit fractions in reduced form or simplest form, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and now the user is ready to go. They know how to use our program. So let's actually make the questions. The way that you're going to do that is you're going to go back here to data, and you're going to make 2 lists. One list is your questions, and notice this little thing pops up, and another list is your answers. So again, I clicked on data and I made questions and answers. Right now there's nothing in them, so that's what I need to populate. What I add my questions by just clicking this little plus, and now I can enter in my question. Is 2/4 in reduced form? And now I can add my answer. No. Okay. Solve 1/4 plus 3/6. And I'll just keep adding my answer, whatever it is. I can add it up in here, whatever that answer is. And I'm just going to keep asking my questions right here. So solve x plus xy. And if I wanted to see it, I can just resize it using this icon over here, if that makes it easier for you. Either way, your questions should match up with your answers right here. And so now we can actually cycle through these. Let's go ahead and uncheck answers and questions so that it's gone. And what we're going to do is we're going to add the following code. Go to Control and go to Repeat. And we're going to repeat it for a certain number of a certain length. We don't know what that length is, or the computer needs to know what that length is. So we're going to say, we're going to keep repeating it, length of questions. So keep repeating this set of code until the length of questions is done. So now I want Avery to ask a question. Go to Sensing and drag this ask block. Make sure that you're inside now the repeat. Ask, go back to data. Oops. Go back to data and ask item, and notice that it actually highlights, and I can put that in there, of questions, and wait. Here's where we actually use the variable. So we're setting these this variable Q number to the same place as the question in your question list. So ask item Q number of questions. So right now Q number is set to 1, so ask item 1 of questions. Okay, now the computer understands. Okay, now I'm going to drag an if statement. So let's go over to control, and I'm going to drag actually an if else. So I'll drag this over and make sure it's right here. So right now I need to check if the answer is correct. The way that I do that is go to operators, and I'm going to drag over this equal sign. If something equals something, then say right answer and increase the score by 1. Otherwise, say wrong answer and show the correct answer. Okay. So now what I'll want to do is go to sensing and say if the answer equals, go over to data, item, and I want to compare, is it showing the right item of the answers? And now I'm going to put in a number. So if the answer equals the a number of the answer list, then say something. Say, great job. That's 1 point for your score. And say that for 3 seconds. And now I want to increase that variable score by 1. And this is the beauty of a variable. It can dynamically change. So change score by 1. Now notice that this change block is inside, right underneath this say. People will get mixed up because they'll put these things in the wrong place. So make sure that that's there. If they get the wrong answer, let's tell them that the answer is wrong. So say, sorry, wrong answer. And you can make it say whatever you want. And let's actually give them the right answer. And so let's go over here and drag another say inside. And let's tell them what the right answer is. So the way that I do that is through a join. And I join this block from the operators. So join 2 things. First of all, join this statement. The correct answer is, and then I want to drag over item blank of answers. So remember, we're using that as a number. So now at least the person can see what the correct answer is. Now here's what I need to do. I've got a number set to the list of questions, the list of answers. Q number set to the list of questions. I need to increase those by 1 so that it's going to the next question. So I need to change Q number by 1. Now notice where I put it. I put it right under here, right under the if else statement. And I need to also change a number by 1. So now it's asking the right question. After it goes through the length of questions, so it keeps cycling through this. So if you've got 3 questions, it cycles through this because it's just cycling through the list of length of questions. Once it's done, it should tell us our final score. So once it's done, it kicks out of this block and goes down here. Well, there's nothing right here right now. So I'll say, let's tell them their final score. So let's do another join. And let's say, your score was, and I want to now add over the score variable in that second block. Okay, and then I'll say something like, return to the main menu for more information. Have a great day. And now at this point, I need to broadcast some messages. So I'll wait a couple seconds so that the person's ready for the change to happen. And I'm going to broadcast some things. First thing that I want to broadcast is just beginning. Okay. And actually, that actually is the only thing that I need to broadcast, because once I receive beginning, I can actually hide, okay, and get rid of. So when the last thing that I need to add here is when I receive beginning, make sure that I hide. So again, all of this code is within Avery. Let's see how this looks. Adding and subtracting fractions. The button shows up. Great. Here's the quiz. She drags over true or false for true or false questions. Please submit fractions in simplest form or reduced form. What's 2/4 in reduced form? I put the answer 1/2. Sorry, wrong answer. The correct answer is no. And whatever this was, I think I put in the answer. If you want to check to make sure that you're putting in the right answer, go back over to Avery and see what your answers were set as. So this answer for this one was AA. Great job. That's 1 point for your score. And x plus xy, I have the answer as BB, but let's just try a wrong answer, H. Sorry, wrong answer. The correct answer is BB, which is shows up. And then it says your score was 1. Return to the main menu for more information. Have a great day. And then it waits a couple seconds, it broadcasts, and now I'm going back to the beginning. I can automatically click score right here. And you know what I should do is one more thing. When I receive beginning, let's go ahead and hide a couple things. Let's hide the score because it looks like it's still showing up. And let's make sure that the other variables are hidden as well in case they show up. So A number and Q number. That's it. You're done with your quiz. And if this is working right, your project is almost essentially done.